Greetings, it's Vaygrim. It's here on Wednesday afternoon. I'm going to record a vlog and post it before I get too busy and forget. I've recorded today's episode of Vaygrim's Chance, and it is in the renderer right now. I think it's probably going to be finished by now, and I'll start uploading it. It'll be up this evening. Oh gosh, what else? I am actually on my other machine right now. Well, the machine I'm recording this on. I am loading up MineChem. And I'm going to be looking at that potentially for a mod guide. I don't know if I'm going to do the mod guide tomorrow or if it's going to be Thursday of next week, Tuesday or Thursday, one of those two. But there is going to be a MineChem mod guide in the very near future. I'm very excited about that. I think there's a lot of potential, a lot of things that could be done, to say the least. So yeah, very, very interesting. Let's see. On the schedule today for channel number 1 is, of course, Vaygrim's Chance. Episode number 70, believe it or not. Channel number 2, we've actually got Dragon Age Origins coming out today, and potentially some other content. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how much time and what kind of a mood I'm in. Patch 6.1 just hit for World of Warcraft, and I actually haven't logged into World of Warcraft in a little while. I ran into some problems in Draenor, and I kind of hit a wall because of the way that mod pack has actually been. And maybe this is going to be a good place to talk about it. I started derping with Draenor, and I recorded 6 episodes of that in one afternoon, okay? I specifically recorded all of my early game experience with that, going through the tutorial, getting settled in, and getting my garrison set up. Problem is, I stopped there. Why did I stop there? Well, for one, the views on that series weren't great. There's not a lot of people that know about me, much less know enough about WoW that they care about. So the views were very low on the series. Problem number 2, every single video that I posted that had any music or any cinematic and any music in the background or any cinematic sequence automatically got claimed by Blizzard. They not only claimed it, they claimed the ad revenue on it. So I had to erase every single episode after I'd uploaded it to see if they'd claim it. I then had to remove it, re-render it with all of the cinematic cut out, and it really killed the flow of things because I recorded it not explaining the cinematics to you guys. So after the fact, I had to remove all the cinematics and you didn't see any of them. That's why. Well, that was just kind of a discouraging thing right off the bat. Problem number 2 is the way that Draenor is actually set up. You have zones, and each zone that you go into, you cannot get the quest to start doing anything in that zone. The first quest you do is to set up a base, a little outpost. But you cannot get that unless you've completed specific key quests in the zone previous to it. And the problem is you're not given those quests automatically, and a lot of times you're not even pointed to them automatically. They do not breadcrumb you to those quests. So there was one quest way off in the corner of Frostfire Ridge that I didn't see because I did not know there were any quests out there. It looks like a dead part of the zone. Well, it turns out there's one quest out of like 4 or 5 prerequisites. I think it's 5 prerequisites to go to the next zone. You have to complete these 5 prerequisite quest chains. And there was one quest that I missed, and I didn't know I missed it. And I could not progress into the next zone, which was Gorgrand or whatever it is. Gorgrand, I can't remember. Not Gorgrand. Something. Anyway, I couldn't progress into the next zone for the better part of a week. And it was maddening. It was driving me nuts. For some reason, I could not get this next quest to appear, and because of the way the phasing works, I couldn't see any of the other quests in that zone until you do the outpost. You have to do the outpost, then you can do all of the other quests in that zone. So basically, I was locked out of zones because I missed one quest somewhere way off in the corner of the world, and it wasn't even an important or fun quest. Every single zone that I've gone to now in Draenor, I say now, this was back in December, every single zone I've skipped to in Draenor has ended up being that exact same problem. I missed one quest in a previous zone that's way off in a corner somewhere. It's never pointed to. You're never directed there. You have to scour every corner of these zones and get every quest. And I've hit that every single time. And it's just discouraging. It's really maddening. Problem number 2 is the way that they actually set up the system for the dungeon finder in Warlords of Draenor. They encourage people to have some of the worst attitudes in terms of the dungeon finder for finding a pickup group. So You load up a group in the pickup group. If you have seen a dungeon for the first time and you're a tank, you have to know that dungeon inside and out, backwards and forwards, and blindfolded. You have to know every pull, and you have to know exactly what you're doing, even though you've never seen it before. So there's no way to get beginner experience without getting completely shouted at and basically pooped on by everybody else in a pickup group, and it's a nightmare. So I can't play my tank spec on the one character that I've advanced to that level to experience Draenor stuff. I have a healer spec, but I kind of want to see the dungeons before I know if I can heal them with my gear level. And you have no way of testing that. You have no reference for that, and it's very frustrating. Problem number 3 is that you have this thing in your garrison, your base in Draenor. You have this thing in your garrison that is a tavern. You build it. And there's a guy that shows up that gives you 1 or 2 or 3 quests that are specifically for Draenor dungeons, right? And it'll get you special loot when you actually finish those quests. Well, those quests are usually towards the beginning or middle of the dungeon. Well, what people do is they would log in, get that quest, and then bail on the group. So I started a couple of dungeons and never got past the first, like, 3 rooms. Over and over and over and over. Well, I got my stuff, I'm bailing, and they just leave. That's it. That's the life of a pug. And it's a nightmare. So I don't have a pre-existing guild or anything to group up with. I didn't have a group of people to tap into that weren't assholes. So it's basically me and my 2 brothers, and that's not enough to fill out dungeons and stuff. So I really got soured on Draenor real quick. There's a lot of stuff out that's out now for World of Warcraft, though. That's like the 6.1 patch. They've got selfie cameras and stuff. But the major features, which is like the selfie camera and a whole bunch of new schematics, you have to rely on random chance for a super, super, super rare drop. And it's a major patch feature. I don't get that. So it is getting to the point to where I think I have to admit maybe, that WoW might be too grindy for me. I am still subbed. I don't know why. I paid $15 for January, and I'm about to pay $15 for February. And I've barely played it in those months. But I'm gonna give it another try. I need to log in. I need to log in with my brother Kurnos. He watches these videos, by the way, so he gets to hear my frustrations. And I've talked to him about it some before. But Draenor wasn't a great experience for me. It really wasn't. I really hate so much about that mod pack. The whole garrison thing, they have said specifically and publicly now, they're never going to use garrisons in any of their mod packs ever. They said garrison was a one-off, unique mechanism that they are going to keep to the Draenor experience. They're going to try other new innovative things for future mod packs, which means all of the hard work I'm doing for my Draenor thing is going to get flushed down the toilet the second that I actually leave it. It's like the farms in Pandaria. You put all this work into growing a farm, and then once you get out of Pandaria crafting, and you start working on Draenor crafting, which is a nightmare, you don't need that damn farm anymore. It's useless. You ground all of those hours for something that is never going to be revisited again. So it's not like it's the first time they've done this with garrisons. They've done the exact same thing with all the farm equipment stuff that you had to do in Pandaria. So it's not a fantastic trend. I'm not real big on it. I don't know. You have to see. At present, I have my eyes on some other games that are coming out. There's one called Skyforge, which I think is going to be free to play, but I'm not sure. Skyforge is supposed to be coming out later this year. I have my eyes on, it's not an MMO, but I have my eyes on Overwatch from Blizzard. It's going to be an online game. It's going to be free to play. I think that's going to be cool. I am playing Heroes of the Storm right now from Blizzard. Blizzard's getting all my money. And I'm also looking forward to... What is it? Can't remember. Oh, yeah. There's a new expansion coming out for Guild Wars 2. It's one thing I like about Guild Wars 2. I don't have to pay per month. I bought it once, and I can go back to it whenever I want to. And I still have Guild Wars 2 loaded. I still play it. I still load it up every once in a while. And nobody else I know plays it anymore. So I just kind of poke around in it all by myself. And I have a ton of characters. They're all with Sura. Don't ask. But there's a expansion coming out later this year called Heart of the Thorns, which looks like it could be very cool. It's going to introduce a new class, all sorts of cool stuff. I'm very excited about that. But anyway, I could ramble on for hours and hours. I will catch you folks later. I need to get back to doing some MineChem research, and I We'll see you tomorrow, maybe. Bye.